Okay, yeah. Now, here's a little fun bonus. The Bumblebee brothers. Nah, go away. Hang out there for a while. Our focus is on this guy. This here is the Transformers Reveal the Shield Bumblebee. And again, it's a custom that I did myself. We'll get into that in a bit. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, let me move my crappy hot rod out the way. Poor kid. He's getting embarrassed on camera. Move him over there. Jazz Mike can stay. So, yeah. As we all know, this guy is a recolor and a slight redeco of the original Classics figure. Now, given the different shade of yellow that they use, I could see where they were going with this. They got the little race stripe motif, just like on, whoops, that behemoth, the movie bee. So, the custom work that I did on them actually came about as an accident of sorts. Okay, no, not really an accident. Let me get Blade over here to chill out there. Oh, excuse me. What happened here was that I was in the middle of the early stages of working on Bumblebee because the basic black trim around the edges of vehicle mode was designed to make it look more like the recently released Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, which was pretty much the base of what Bumblebee looked like in the second and third Michael Bay movies. Because the first one was the Camaro that came out in 2010. Slow boogers. But yeah. So, as I was looking at the vehicle mode, I'm like, hey, that looks pretty nice. Why don't we do that for this pipsqueak, eh? Yep. And so we did. Yeah, stupid rub sign. I hate this thing. I wish it would just, flake off like my Cyclonuses did, but oh well. And another thing I did. Not gonna show up too hot, and it probably needs to be redone anyway. His goatee. I done touched it up in silver. Anyway, let's get into some of the other details. Them little blue spots right there, I done redid those with a darker blue. He's got some little silver door handles so they don't show up too well. Got the black trim. And I noticed something funny. If you pose him just right, you can use the doors on his forearms as shields. Anyway, back to the detail. Got little black and silver bits on the inside of his legs. And let's flap that up. You can get back there in that little intake vent, little hood scoop. Got some up there too. More goodness. A little wave rider goodness. Now, unfortunately for me, big fat flaw. No more spoiler. Poo. Oh, now the rub sign wants to work. Yeah, that's the thing about the new Reveal the Shield rub signs I really hate. Well, two things. One, they look like crap. And two, a lot like the old G1 figures that had rub signs, but even more so, they work better when they're exposed to sunlight than actually trying to rub them puppies. Rub, rub, dub. Rub, 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 rub. Hey, full on blue. And we don't care. So with that, come back in a little bit. Presto changeo. Barely made it in time to stop this thing from actually stopping so we can keep the review going. Yeah, sometimes when you're going from a cell phone, you gotta make do with what you got. Oh, what happened to his wave rider jet ski thingy? Whoops, almost forgot. Be right back. There. Are you insolent Autobots happy now? I hate that the spoiler came off and got lost so easily, because other than that, this thing is nice. Almost makes me want to hunt down the old classics version. But after all this kind of difficult work I put in, I don't think so. Yes, I cheated and I've tried to do the little spaces in between the spokes on the wheels. As you can see, that didn't go very well. Now that wave rider. Bada bing, bada bow. Can't see it too well, but let's try to get out away from the light. Works a lot better. Got some red up in front, some silver on the sides there, some black step panels. Here's B himself. Gave him a silver license plate. I don't see why that held up so much better here than on anything else I've used that on. Ugh. It's got some rear view mirrors in there, which need to be redone again. Door handles need to be redone again. The gas cap I didn't even bother with. But there's the trim. Especially noticeable up in front. Ugh. This light overhead is getting to be a bit of a problem. There we go. I use my body to block it. More trim, and it's kind of awkward to hold it that way. Yes, more trim. There's the underside. Yes, just because I was bored, I did the back end of it too. But that doesn't work so well. Bumblebee's forearms. I also did those up some, but I don't think I'll retouch those so they wear out because it didn't come out too well. I'm kind of iffy on what they use for the headlights and the windshield and the back windows too. That's just me, but I like the clear whitishness of the original classics version better there. So yeah. Also, you might not can see it too well, but here's my biggest complaint. The yellow paint they use for the roof. It doesn't match the plastic. It isn't really coming through on camera, but up close and personal, well, with my copy anyway, the difference is painfully obvious. I mean, I don't see why they couldn't find a shade of yellow to match the plastic. Look at Jazz. And yes, this is the Hasbro version. I tried to trick them out, but stripping the paint off there didn't work so well, and the silver needs to be redone. But look at this. Although the plastic is pearlescent, the white paint they used on the freaking roof is the same freaking shade, even if it's flat. So if they were able to do that, matter of fact, where's Bumblebee? Hello, brother. And nah, his bits are plastic. He gets off the hook. Whoops. I'll go lay down somewhere. So, if they were able to make this man's white shades match up nicely, why couldn't they do that for this man? I mean, he's swinging it around like a penguin. Show him a little respect, Hasbro. Anyway, the Takara United version, yeah, that's essentially Goldbug. All it needs is a proper head and some weapons and you're good to go. Speaking of weapons, while this doesn't have any, if you have the old G1 Technobots, it should be known that Afterburner's two side guns that go on his bike mode fit here. And Cyclonus' little partner Nightstick, and probably any other Minicon or Micron weapon you can find, fits here. They fit that man too, barely, but this ain't really about this man. I just wanted to show that example for the paint. So, yeah. You should be able to find this version of B for pretty cheap. On the other hand, I can't really recommend doing so because you have the much nicer looking original classics mode, or should I say paint job, as well as the even nicer Henkei and United paint jobs. I say just grab that thing as a last resort. So yeah, I don't know. My next review might be Jazz, I don't know. It might be my man Scrap Heap. I refuse to call him Junk Heap. Don't know. Might be my man Warpath. Maybe even that sad excuse for Hot Rod. Or maybe I'll get into some of the Decepticons. I'm not sure just yet. Maybe it'll be Warpath because I tricked him out a little bit too, as you can see. But I don't know. As for B, he's tricked out and he's riding off into the sunset. And about to have an accident. So with that, the review for Reveal the Shield B ends now.